All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but we're going to talk about the Tesla Model Y because I feel like a lot of attention has been on the Model 3 very recently because of the massive inventory discounts, the $7,500 federal tax credit that came back for the Model 3, and a bunch of other just buzz and hype about it. But we're going to talk about the Model Y because Model Y inventory is also starting to increase at a steady pace. So I want to get the temperature out there. I want to hear from all of y'all. Do you have a pending order for a Tesla Model Y? What is your date? Did it get pushed? I've been hearing some people have been getting their estimated delivery dates, their EDDs getting pushed to maybe even late June, July, or even August. So let me know what is the temperature out there. But we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best links for credit union financing and all that stuff. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got Ron V. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. And also later on in today's stream, we are being sponsored. We're going to do a sponsored giveaway by RIVIAN, formerly Tamai. So if you want to join in, first things first is you got to be a subscriber on the channel. We're going to be giving away this Tesla Model Y accessory part for your Tesla Model Y. So I'm going to give you the exact instructions on how to join and how to enter in so that you could potentially win. And so thank you to Vion/Tamai for sponsoring, and we'll give that away sometime in this stream. But let us get into this. So Tesla Model Y, not much has changed, right? So we've got the Tesla Model Y here up on the websites with not that one. We've got the Tesla Model Y here up on the website. I was just taking a look at the $7,500 federal tax credit because I think I just saw something that was a little bit interesting to me. So I'm going to research it tonight, maybe even tomorrow, and get back to you on it. But Tesla Model Y, the couple things that Tesla has done very recently is they've updated the website. So it now shows a $39,990 starting price. Of course, this is after the $7,500 federal tax credit. This is after this is adjusted for, but the real retail prices are as listed on the screen. You've got Model Y starting at $47,490, Model Y long range at $50,490, and Model Y Performance at $54,490. Nothing has really changed on this end either. We still got a 5.69% APR financing rate, which just raised really recently from 5.59%. But the biggest thing to me, what I've been noticing, is that inventory has skyrocketed, especially for the Model Y. We are certainly going in the opposite direction that we have been used to, and now there's 320 brand new Tesla Model Ys that have been for sale posted on the websites as of yesterday. It got reflected and updated today, but this is interesting because it certainly seems like the thunder of the Model 3 getting the $7,500 federal tax credit, it potentially could be eating into some of the Model Y sales, or is the demand of the Model Y kind of just dropping off? People are starting to realize that the pricing differences, the pricing dynamics between the two vehicles can be a bigger spread at the end of the day. And so that's probably why some people could be making the decision to switch to a Model 3 instead of a Model Y. We talked about this the other day on the different prices for the different vehicles. You can see there's about a $9,000 difference between a Model Y standard range base vehicle and the Model 3 standard range base vehicle. Going back to the long range variants, there's about a $3,000 difference between the two vehicles. So I bet there's people out there that are kind of just taking a look at this and saying, hey, let me just switch to a cheaper one. I want to save some money. Maybe I can't get enough financing. And so they could be switching to the Model 3. But Model Y inventory, we are not used to seeing these types of inventory increases increases just like this. And there are certainly a lot more vehicles coming into the market. Checking through, waiting for Tesla, you can see we've got 274 brand new Tesla, 272 brand new Tesla Model Ys posted to the website. And all of these vehicles have some sort of discount, or most of them. And so what we sort of discovered here is that if there's an inventory discount on waitingfortesla.com or from Tesla's website, then that potentially could be a hardware 3.0 vehicle. So if you are interested in hardware 4.0, if you want the latest and greatest with all the full self-driving, all that stuff, then be aware about if there's a discount that probably does not have hardware 4. But switching to the demo side of this, where we can see which inventory vehicles have discounts on top of that, you can see most of these are a 7-seater. There's one performance right in the middle, but anywhere from $1,000 to $2,400 discounts on the Model Y inventory vehicles. But definitely some interesting stuff, certainly out of the normal that we are used to, but could be that Tesla Model Y is maybe lacking in a little bit of a demand. But if you are going to place an order for a Tesla, whether it's a Model 3 or Model Y S or even X, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code down below in the description, because if you use our Tesla referral code, you can get 1,500 loot box credits, which then translates to 500 supercharger miles. So definitely check it out down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that has used our referral code in the past and anybody that's used our referral code in the future. So thank you for that. But yeah, definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what your estimated delivery date is, and also what month it is. Did you get pushed out? And also on top of that, where are you located as well? Because that's a big factor. Like if you're further away from the factories, then you might get pushed, you might not get. But at the end of the day, EDD, estimated delivery dates get pushed out a lot. They change a lot. So it is exactly the norm for that. So do not be worried if your estimated delivery date gets pushed. Unfortunately, I know it does suck, but that's kind of what unfortunately happens at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, lower than Tesla's, 5.59%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all DMs at a certain level, or direct messages if you have a certain question. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But we're certainly not used to this inventory spiking up. So even if your estimated delivery date got pushed, it probably will be getting pushed back or pushed earlier. And there is always some sort of end of quarter, end of month rush for Tesla. So if you're waiting for a Model Y, do not worry. Do not worry at all. You might be able to take delivery very, very soon. But Model 3 side, there's just way too much inventory still, and there will continue to be a lot of inventory at the same time. But I mean, the flip side to all of this is that potentially maybe all these in stock Model Ys are just rejects, right? Maybe they're just all hardware 3.0 rejects, because maybe there's that many people out there that want hardware 4.0 and they just are not taking delivery of a hardware 3.0s, which could make the case. Maybe there could be bigger, deeper discounts on inventory Model Ys in the near future. Maybe, dare I say, in this next couple of weeks, or maybe next week, because it's still the end of the quarter, end of June. And so there could be more incentives coming very, very soon, especially if this number hits past 300 to 400 units, maybe even 500 units, and they all have discounts. That will show to us that most of these have hardware 3.0, and so there could be deeper discounts. And so I certainly asked the question to all of you a while ago, like, would you take a hardware 3.0 vehicle over a hardware 4.0 vehicle? And I also asked, like, how much would you need to be incentivized to actually take delivery of it? So I asked the question, Model Y reservation holders, would you consider a Model Y with hardware 3.0? An overwhelming 41% said no, they would not. 20% actually said yes, but 24% said only if it had a $2,500 to $3,500 discount. So let me know, would you take it? Of course, it would have to be incentivized, but I mean, I wouldn't mind taking it if it had a 35, 4,000, $5,000 discount. I'll take it. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let's jump into the next topic. Water break. Thanks for joining in, everyone. Happy Friday. Warren, thanks for coming in. Michael, Akshay, Vanejatko. Sorry if I messed that up. Lewis, Brandon, Paul, Jonathan, Trance, thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting. We'll get to all of your live stream questions because that's the benefit, right? You can come in here, ask anything you want, and we'll certainly get to it. And on top of that, you see this mystery box right here? We're going to be unboxing this and giving away. It is a Tesla Model Y accessory. We're giving away, sponsored by RIVIAN/Tamai. Check it out down below in the description right here. We're going to be giving it away to one of you. I'll give you the exact instructions on how to enter. And then, of course, I will be paying for the shipping of this product or this giveaway accessory, Tesla accessory for you. And so beware of the scammers out there. I would never ask for you to pay shipping on any sort of prize. But I'll show you the exact instructions on how to win that later on in the video. But Paul, this next topic, you might want to write about this one because it's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. So let's take a look at it. In this next topic, we're going to talk about the truth on why Ford and GM are joining the Tesla network North American charging standard. And maybe it's a little bit more simpler than we might think, but we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. So if you don't know what happened very, very recently, at least even yesterday, Tesla and Ford and now GM have come to an agreement in which Ford and GM will adapt to the NACS charging standard. And so that Ford and GM will be able to take advantage of all the different supercharger networks that is out there. But what if the reasoning for this was even more simpler than just getting more supercharger networks? What if the reasoning is because they've got some vehicles that are out there or maybe coming out, and those vehicles will not be adapted by a certain owner unless it has the capability and network? And so let's take a look at this right now, because all the other electric vehicles in the United States kind of have to use Electrify America. And you can see, of course, in big metropolitan areas, there's a lot of chargers. We're talking about the coast, the Californias, the Seattles, even the New Yorks. You can see on this map from Electrify America. But if we take a look at the supercharger network, there's just that many more chargers. And there's one type of vehicle that necessarily won't sell as good on the coastline, and that more is so sold in the middle America. I'm talking the southern states, the central states, and of course that is the truck. And Ford and possibly GM, they kind of understand that their purchaser of their truck is not going to be buying their truck unless they have a really built out network around them, that they have the capability to do road trips, to pull boats, as you can see on the picture. Because what's the point of pulling a boat if you can only drive it to your neighbor's house at the end of the day? So that's where they're using or relying on a network like Electrify America or even the Ford Blue Oval network is just not enough capacity at the end of the day. And so that's why if you look in the middle of America, the Texases, the other states where there's probably a lot of truck use, there needs to be more charging networks for those customers for Ford and GM to be able to sell those vehicles. Of course, Ford has the Ford F-150 Lightning right now that's already out, and the GM side, they've got this big, massive Silverado that's coming out in the truck market. And so they basically probably realize it is not going to take them, or it's going to take them much longer at the end of the day for them to build out a network, and it's just a lot easier to partner with Tesla, which is an American company, and just be able to invest all their eggs into that basket. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. That's just our theory that we have here. But I'm standing by it because it just makes a lot of sense. I've talked to a couple owners that have purchased maybe the Ford Lightning and they live in a certain rural area, and it's just that much harder to find charging networks, especially if you're going to do any sort of road trip, and you really can't rely on it on. So that could be the reason why Ford and GM have jumped onto the Tesla NACS North American charging bucket so that they can proceed to really have a more built out network. But let me know what your thoughts on it are. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is like sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is the Patreon link. Support the channel, so definitely check it out if you are interested. What else we got in the chat here is Cynthia. Welcome in. Delta Jesus, US, Trans. We'll get to all the live stream questions. Let's just do one more topic and then we'll get to it. And then, of course, we got the giveaway today from RIVIAN. Shout out to RIVIAN for sponsoring. We're going to give away this Tesla Model Y accessory for one of you. I'll give you the exact instructions on how to actually win this accessory. But let's queue up the next topic in here. And this one's going to be a quick one, and then we'll get to the live stream comments. In this next topic, the Model 3 prototype Highland has been spotted even more, at least three times more since we've talked about the last. So we'll talk about it and take a look at these exact pictures to see if we can spot anything from it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So let us take a look at this. Shout out to Dominic or Cybertruck 420. You can see there has been spottings all over the place in the, I would assume this is the Bay Area. Here's a white Model 3 Project Highland prototype. We can only assume. Here is a red one that we've seen before in the past. Here is a blue one that we just saw the other day with the special rims. And so there's starting to be a lot more spottings. And so the question here is, usually I feel like when there's more spottings like this, then we're on the borderline of a release, especially for the Model 3 Highland. So that could be very, very interesting. But here's another tweet from Dominic, Cybertruck 420. Quote, I kept looking at this and here are some things that weird me out. Number one, old fender / side repeater, unlike all the other Highland mules, weird fitment of the wheel / fender, and rear end. Why is it shaped so differently? Why is it all more covered up? Because this is the most recent one that was spotted again, and you can see it is super covered up in the backside. And so the one thing that could be happening here is some of these could be fake, right? Like people could just be trolling at the end of the day, but this one certainly seems like the same type of mock-up. Of course, we don't have a picture of the license plate because the license plate would give us a dead giveaway, right? Especially if it says like OEM or distributor or factory or something like that. But definitely some interesting stuff. So let me know what's your thoughts. Do you think the Highland is come up very, very soon, maybe in the next couple of months? Because we are starting to definitely see a lot more spottings at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is the Patreon link. We support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. But if you're just joining in, welcome. Model Y inventory is hitting it's spiking. It's spiking up. We have not seen 320 vehicles posted to the Tesla websites for a while. So let me know, has your EDD or estimated delivery dates have been getting pushed? Have they been getting pushed up? Because we haven't seen this many vehicles since what? Since April 26th, so about almost a couple months ago. And this could be the reason. This could be because people could be just rejecting hardware 3.0 Tesla Model Ys. That could be certainly the case. And so if that's the case, if that's our theory, there are plenty of discounted hardware 3 Model Ys in inventory right now. And if this number keeps trickling up and up and up, dare I say 300 to 400 discounted Tesla Model Ys, we could potentially see some sort of heavier discounts in the near future, maybe even, dare I say, next week. I've been saying for a while that the next potential date when we'll see some sort of discount or incentive from Tesla could be June 15th, because that's a Thursday. And for some reason, Tesla just likes putting discounts on Thursdays and things like that. But certainly, Let me know what your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. A couple channel announcements before we head into the live stream comments. We certainly have a giveaway later this stream with Vion right here in this mystery box Tesla Model Y accessory. We're going to work with Vion, or we're working with Vion to give away one of their Tesla accessories. Oh, we're going to give away work with. Well, that was a sneak peek. We're going to be working with Vion to give away one of their Tesla accessories. Oh, not wrong, Vion. Vion.parts, I think. Vion Tesla accessories for your Tesla Model Y. So definitely check out Vion down below in the description. And we've also got another giveaway with OC Tint Solutions where you can win free 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla. Could be a Model 3, a Model Y, S, or X. If you want to join into this giveaway, you got to go to our community page right here. Scroll down just a little bit to, I think, this video right here. This video is where you're going to be able to jump in, follow the instructions on how to actually win free 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla Model 3, Model Y, and S or X. But of course, you must be willing to travel to OC Tint Solutions, which is in Anaheim, California. So you can definitely join in and do that. But let's jump into some of the live stream comments. Let's see here. Hello, Warren. Welcome in. Michael, pending over here, estimated delay is June 25th to June 30th. Okay, yeah, so there we go. So end of the month. That makes sense because Tesla probably wants to make sure you take delivery by the end of this month. Akshay, Model Y long range EDD June 17th through June 24th. Okay, so a little bit before the end of the month. That's good. Hopefully you've got your financing all squared away and everything. Van Jatko, sorry, I have a VIN assigned. There you go. So you're definitely going to be taking delivery very, very soon. Have you checked your VIN? Is it hardware 3.0, 4.0? Just checked. It got pulled back June 11th to June 20th. Okay, yeah. The EDDs change a lot, unfortunately. I think the hardware 4 update has people putting on hold, forcing their VINs to go back into inventory as well. Yeah, it's a good theory, Michael. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening with all this inventory starting to pile up on the Tesla systems. Could it be people passing up the hardware for it and why the inventory is going up? And you can play. Also, can you explain the difference between a long range versus performance Model Y? Really, there's only one difference. Well, I guess there's multiple differences, but the biggest difference, of course, is speed, which it's 0 to 60 in 3 point something seconds. But of course, there's lower suspension, there's bigger rims like the 21-inch rims and the aluminum pedals and all that stuff between Model Y long range and performance. Brandon, order Model Y standard range May 1st, gray with white interior. Delivery date still says June through July. I've noticed there's no white interior standard range in inventory. I wonder why. Well, white interior is a pretty hot combination. That could be the reason why. Paul, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Jonathan, just ordered a couple days ago. Model Y long range EDD June. Referral used. Hoping for hardware 4. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for supporting and using our referral. If you are on the fence out there, if you have not placed an order for a Tesla, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code just like the one down below in the description, because if you use our referral code, you can get 1,500 Tesla credits, which then qualify to 500 supercharger credits. So the process is first go down to the link below, click it open, then go to waiting for Tesla, because that's where you'll find discounted inventory out there. Click it open like this on the reserve. That takes you directly to the Tesla website. You got to get this pop up first to make sure that it is linked to your referral, and then you can go ahead and proceed to get the 500 or proceed with the deposit so that you can get the referral attached to your order. So thank you to everybody that's used our referral code in the past, and thank you to everybody that's used our referral code in the future. Trent, can you do a cost breakdown of purchasing a Tesla? Cost, tax, any fees? Trent, actually, we've kind of done that on the channel. We've done that. I was planning to do one today on the Model 3, but it was actually the same payment. I was thinking it was going to be a little lower, but we've done breakdowns like how to get a Model Y for, I think, like $600 or $500 a month, how to get a Model 3 for like $400 a month. Definitely check out our channel. There's a ton out there, but we'll make a new one in the near future for sure. How much bigger do you expect the Model 3 inventory discount getting? I think Model 3 is kind of at its lower limits. As you can see right now, the inventory ones are down to 37,830, but the lowest the Tesla Model 3 has ever been in terms of the standard range has actually been 36,990. So I have been saying for a while, I think my prediction for the Model 3 is it's going to go just another, what, $840, so that this price shows 36,990, and I think it's going to happen in the next week or so. So if you've got a order, or if you're sitting on the sidelines, you might as well just wait it out just another week or two. And of course, definitely use a referral code just like ours down below in the description if you're interested. Delta Jesus, I'm switching my order Y performance to Model 3 standard range. If in case they cancel my order, I would just order Model 3 and still save the money, and then I'm hoping the price goes down and gets a change. Yeah, that makes sense. So I bet there's a lot of people out there that potentially could have a Model Y order in the books, and they're probably seeing like how much cheaper it is to get a Model 3 instead. So that could make a lot of sense why people could be switching from Model Y down to Model 3 standard range, because you can see right here on our calculations, I mean, some of this is a little off because let's see, how much is a Model 3 these days? I should know this, right? Because we talk about this every single day. But let's see, Model Y standard range 47,490, but really technically it's a little bit lower because inventory discounts are a little lower. So 47,020. So let's just put this in the handy dandy. And then Model 3 standard range, 37,830. So 37,830. So yeah, difference is over $9,000 difference between a Model Y standard range versus a Model 3 standard range. So that certainly makes sense why a lot of people could be considering this. I mean, yes, Model Y is a arguably nicer car, more space at the end of the day, but is it $9,000 more nicer than a Model 3? That's a tough pill to swallow, at least for me. Cynthia, estimated delivery June 13th through June 27th for a Model Y 5 seats. Does anyone have a pending order for a Model Y 7 seats? I am thinking of changing my order for a 7 seats. Cynthia, I mean, that's a great idea. It's certainly tight in the back, so I don't know if it's worth it, but especially because you're paying an extra $3,000, but there's not too many people out there, I think, with the 7-seat order. Paul, I'm going to suggest that Tesla will build so many chargers out there that manufacturers can make 200-mile cars, which will cut the prices another few $1,000s. Ooh, that's a good theory too. I like that. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Norman, I have 5-seater with EDD 16 through June 30th. Seems to be a lot of 7-seat Ys in inventory. Okay, let's take a look at that. That could make some sense as well. You can see right here, we've got only 55 7-seat versus 217 5 seats. So we've seen that before in the past, but it doesn't seem like there's that many 7 seats in comparison, but who knows. Jay, Dennis, big fan, thank you. New Tesla owner Y since May. Congrats to you. Congrats. Enjoy in good health. And definitely check out some of our Tesla accessory codes down below in the description. If you are a brand new Tesla vehicle owner or you're about to buy one, definitely check out some of our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description. We've got 3D Mats USA premium floor mat. We've got Vion/Tamai, which we're doing a giveaway for this mystery box order item really shortly. We've got Jawa, Tesloid, and MAGBAK for your phone mount. So definitely check it out. Tesla accessory codes down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla accessory codes in the past and in the future. What's the difference between hardware 3 and hardware 4? Bigger cameras, 5 megapixel cameras on the hardware 4 versus the hardware 3. Nicholas, going to test drive a Model Y Performance tomorrow. I'm so excited. Never drove one before. Nicholas, congrats. I will tell you though, it's weird, especially the first time getting into an electric vehicle. You kind of feel empty, but it's different. Once you get used to it, it's hard to go back to a gas car because of the acceleration, how the instant torque it has. But Nicholas, don't forget to use don't forget to use someone's referral code down below, maybe even ours down below in the description, so you get some extra supercharger miles if you place the order. Never mind, I found the hardware 3 versus hardware 4. Yeah, exactly. But thank you. Actually, I'm just worried if the Model Y price gets reduced, I got to redo all the financing within a couple days. Do you have to? I guess you do a little bit at the end of the day, but banks are usually pretty lenient on that, but I see what you're saying. How can I check the inventory near me? Go to this website that we have popped up on the screen, waitingfortesla.com. You can actually search in and put in by state, and you'll be able to see which Model Ys or Model 3s or S's or X's that are out there, so you can see if there's any deals for you. And let's just quickly pop over to the Model S and Model X side, see if there's anything that sticks out. No, it's really not the same. I guess Tesla has backed off on trying to subsidize these vehicles and try and get them out. They're pretty much sticking to their $5,000 discounts. Monterey, thanks for that. Funny. Trans, I went to the Tesla showroom today and spoke to a rep who was able to find inventory for me that isn't on the Tesla website and was saving us even more. Trans, glad you brought that up. I'll explain to you what that actually is. So there are, I would like to say, 5 different types of inventory types that Tesla has. And really, I don't think anybody on Tesla or anybody on YouTube is talking about this. But what there is so there's, of course, vehicles that are in stock, just like the ones that you see on the screen. These are vehicles that are in stock, brand new. They could have 0 miles, they could have 3 miles. Most of them usually have 15 miles or more by actual delivery. The second type of inventory that could be out there is in transit. These are vehicles that are not yet at a Tesla store. They're on their way, and sometimes you'll see it in inventory with some sort of due date or estimated delivery date by then heading to the store. The next type of inventory that is actually out there is what's called demo inventory. Demo inventory could be test drive fleet, vehicles that people are test driving. They could have miles on it, like this one. You will still be the first owner of the vehicle. It will still be brand new to you, but it most likely will have some sort of extra discount. You can see right here, this one has a $2,400 discount. On top of that, separately, there are test drive or fleet demo vehicles, demo vehicles that are showroom vehicles where they just sit in the showroom, and they could also have another discount, just like this one right here that has a $1,000 discount on this vehicle. But there's actually one last inventory type that we talk about a lot on the channel, or we used to, it is actually my favorite, and that could potentially have a bigger discount at the end of the day, and that's what's called damage disclosure inventory. What that is this vehicle could be an inventory for whatever reason and has had some damage to it. Could be a test drive damage, or it could be simply as something broke for whatever reason, maybe even a trunk latch. I've heard that before, and they had to fix it. You can ask the repair order to see how much or what actually happened with the damage, because they have to disclose it to you, and that's where you could potentially get even more discounts. One time I've heard of a customer that got $3,000 discount for a trunk latch that was broken, which was basically just a $1,500 repair at the end of the day. So it is disclosed to you, and it's not on any Carfax because it's still a brand new vehicle, and you will still be the first owner at the end of the day. So that is the type of inventory that only Tesla advisors at Tesla showrooms can pull up and show it to you. And that's why I actually recommend going to a Tesla showroom as part of your purchasing process, maybe even before you put down a deposit. But just make sure to use your Tesla referral code, or use a Tesla referral code before you do that, so that you can get your 500 supercharging credits as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know if you have taken delivery of a damage disclosure vehicle in the recent or past, or if you're looking at one, you're working with a Tesla advisor to do that. Let's see, we got one more topic, and then I guess we'll do the giveaway after that. We'll do one more topic and then the giveaway, sponsored by RIVIAN. In this mystery box, we're gonna be giving away this Tesla accessory for your Tesla Model Y. So definitely hit that subscribe, because that's going to be one of the criteria to actually be able to win this giveaway. Let's see. In this next topic, financing is about to get much, much worse. And we'll talk about actually why. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So let us take a look at this. Shout out to Car Dealership Guy. Quote, basically, it's harder to get a car loan. Quote, auto credit availability just hit a 2-year low, and it is now tightening than pre-COVID. But there's more. According to Automotive News, loan officers representing 17 19 out of the 46 large and other banks less than 50 billion in assets in April expected their institutions to tighten auto loans somewhat by the end of the year. Additionally, one bank planned to be considerably stricter, no banks expected to ease their standards, and 28 plan no further change. Here's the bottom line, quote, while good and great credit customers will always have access to auto loans, credit tightening disproportionately impacts subprime and low income customers. The next 12 months will be interesting. And so I've certainly felt this, especially for a while. I feel like I've been consulting a lot of people that join the Patreon group down below in the description. And it seems like banks are asking for more and more credibility before when you're applying for your loan. They're asking for all the pay stubs, W-2, tax refunds, and everything just like that, just to make sure that you can actually pay for it. And so if you are looking to use a credit union, just like the ones that you can get at the Patreon link down below in the description, definitely consider trying to open the account a little bit early, and so that you're not a fly-by-night and having an account opened up overnight. And so that way you can build a relationship with that auto lender or auto loan credit union beforehand, before you actually go ahead and apply for your Tesla auto financing. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Have you been applying for a Tesla recently, and are you getting a lot of pushback, or is it still easy breezy at the end of the day? Of course, at a certain credit score limit above, you're probably going to have a much easier time. And if you are in a threshold of like the 600s, then you're probably going to be having a tougher time. And that could be why, Model Y inventory is starting to spike up a little bit, because we've got to be real, right? The Model Y is $10,000 more than a Model 3 in some cases. And so that could be why people could be switching to Model 3, because it's also got a $7,500 tax credit, and it's just easier to finance $37K than $47,50, $55,000 at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, water break, and then we will get to the giveaway. All right, let's get into this giveaway. So thank you to Vion/Tomai for sponsoring this giveaway. We're giving away this mystery box right here. It has got a Tesla accessory for your Tesla Model Y, and I accidentally showed it, but this is exactly what it is. It is the Model Y sunshade for your Model Y. And let's talk about this, because if you're buying a Model Y, and we've owned the Model Y, and I think I went in the wrong direction with my Model Y, and I'll talk about why. But if you're buying a Model Y, or if you're about to Model Y, there's one thing to kind of consider here. And the one thing to consider is this huge, massive piece of glass at the top. And if you live in a sunny state like California, Arizona, or really any Texas, even any place that has a bunch of sun, you can start to feel some of this heat that goes through it. Of course, it is UV protected and whatever, all the rays protected, but at the end of the day, it's still a lot of light that can go through at the end of the day. And so when I said that I probably went in the wrong direction, is that I tinted this whole piece of glass, or I paid Jason at OC Tint Solutions to tint it, and it definitely costed me a little bit of money to do that, when really in actuality it probably would have been better that I just used this sunshade, or I bought a sunshade like this. And this is where Vion/Tomai comes into play. Vion has this sunshade where you just buy, clip into it, and then you just basically leave it. And the cool thing with Vion's version versus some of the other ones is that they got this see-through technology that also blocks a lot of UV rays at the end of it. And also it seems like a nice color match fit, and it looks really, really good compared to some of the other ones that I've actually seen here. And so they shipped me one of them so I could show to all of you, and then I'm going to go ahead and ship it to one of you for as part of this giveaway. Of course, this is for the Model Y and not the Model 3, but so let's look through this really quickly. I was gonna open it, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know, there's a bunch of clips in here, and so I don't know if I want to like mess with it. But here's a case for the clips. Actually, let me show it to you all. Here's the case for the clips, because you got to clip it in, of course. And then here it is in this case. I don't want to take it out because then it's harder to like put it back in. But I definitely have a bunch of Tomai stuff, because like some of their stuff. But let me show you the exact instructions on how to enter into this giveaway. So the first thing, of course, is you've got to be a sub to this channel, this YouTube channel, this one right here, DennisCW. You gotta check out RIVIAN-Part. Check out their website, peruse around. They've got plenty of stuff on the website for your Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. You've got to comment once this video live stream ends. We got one more topic after this, and then the video is going to end. And then you got to put it into the comment section, not the live stream comment section, the actual comments of the video. And then, of course, number 4 is a bonus. Check out the REFERRAL and use promo code Dennis for 10% off. Winner will be decided on June 23rd, 2023. So in like 2 weeks from now. And then, of course, one winner will be chosen from the YouTube comments on the video, not the live stream on this. But good luck to everybody out there, and good luck. Thank you to REFERRAL for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other, sponsoring this video and I guess a bunch of other videos in the next couple of weeks. But let's see what else we got. So good luck to everybody, and I will post, of course, I'll post the exact instructions on how to win this sunshade for your Tesla Model Y, also on our community page as well. So if you know how to get here, we post all giveaways, and we also post all giveaway winners on this page. And PSA, I would never reach out for any of you to pay for shipping, so definitely do not fall for those scammers out there that ask for money for shipping of a prize or anything like that. So please do not do that and fall for any of that. But let's see what else we got. Jonathan, test drove a Model 3 today. Super excited. Thanks for the reduced cost breakdown. Yeah, no problem. Hardware 4 also has a faster computer as well. Yes, makes sense. Trent, how much more savings will they be able to find? Your tag, do you think the Model Y will drop a bit or offer incentives by the end of the month? I think so, especially since Model Y inventory is getting pretty high. I think, well, you got to be comfortable with knowing that all these Model 3s in inventory are most likely going to be hardware 3.0. And if you're comfortable with that, then yes, these could be discounted maybe $1,000 to $2,000 more. We'll see very, very soon. Monterey, any idea on the specs of the new 2023 the Model 3 long range? Like, can you charge it 100% like the LFP battery? Because right now it's only 16 miles less than the performance. I think it's not the LFP battery. I think I saw that somewhere. Catch up. I also believe Model 3 rear-wheel drive will only go as low as $36,990. What do you think the base price of the Model 3 Highland will be? I think it's going to be a little bit more than the current version. Jonathan, so if I use your referral code and get a new Tesla, I also get 500 in supercharge credit. What is the promo code so I can write it down? Well, you actually got to click the link down below in the description. That gives you once you click that link, it attaches to your account. And then you got to make sure when you go to a Tesla vehicle, you get this green check mark right here. But you get 500 miles of supercharger credits after that. Akshay, how much is the 500 credit worth? It's worth 500 supercharger miles of driving. So if you're doing any road trips, that's where you can see it. It makes sense. Juan, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being a Patreon member. Catch up. It's 37,830, but earlier he was saying that the lowest it's ever been to 36,990, and it probably won't go lower. Yeah, I don't think it was going to go that much lower. Juan, I was able to get 4.5 rate in a local credit union. Nice. Congrats to you. That's perfect here, because that's what we want, right? We want to get lower rates for everybody so that you can get a lower payment, because Teslas are expensive and really electric vehicles are expensive. And so that's the mission. We want to make sure people can get into it and afford it at the end of the day. Mike finally decided to get a Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Should I wait? Should I get one at the end of June or wait for 4th of July sales? Do you think we'll see any further discounts at the end of June? Lower APR. That's one of my theories. They might do a lower APR, but we'll see. I would say July 4th. There's really no sales around that time for Tesla. They really only have sales at the end of each quarter, but you never know. I mean, they have surprised us in the past, so potentially they could do that in the near future. End of June for sure, since Highland is in Kabiyama in July, prices will go up. Catch up. Okay, that's a good theory. I like that. I'm 50-50 right now, but hope to buy one this month, waiting until the last few days of June to take delivery because we will see some price drops. Okay, not bad. I like it. Let's see. We got, I guess we got one more topic. In this next topic, the White House has pulled $7.5 billion from Tesla. Of course, that's a spicy headline, but really what it is looking at, it looks like Tesla. They just made an agreement with GM and Ford to open up their Tesla network. But the White House just basically said, nope, you cannot use NACS and all of your chargers have to have CCS in order to get these $7.5 billion from the government. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Sario Merritt. Quote, the White House on Friday said Tesla model chargers will be eligible for billions of dollars in federal subsidies as long as they included the CCS connection. But the one thing here is they've actually started to roll out the CCS connection, what's called the MAGBAK. What it is basically a glorified adapter. They've got this in Europe and things like that. Well, not glorified, but they've got this in Europe and things like that. And so they just need to roll this out to the American markets faster, I guess. But here's a picture of what it looks like. You can see the Tesla charger plugged into here. And if you want to use the CCS, this whole thing right here in the middle pulls out so that it can plug into the CCS. But here's the article from Reuters. Basically, the government is telling Tesla that if you want any of this $7.5 billion as government subsidies to build out more chargers, you need to make sure that CCS is a functionality of your Tesla superchargers as well, which is kind of a different direction what is going on right now, but still interesting to say that enough. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, with some of them include actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best financing rate, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, lower than Tesla's 5.69%. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all DMs or direct messages in the Patreon app. So if you need some quick advice on something, definitely hit it up. Patreon link down below in the description. Mike, can you re-explain hardware 3.0 versus hardware 4.0? So hardware 4.0 is the latest hardware, computer chip, and higher megapixel cameras, and it has everything to do with full self-driving and the autopilot systems. So if you are looking for the latest and greatest, kind of like the latest iPhone, then 100% go for that. If you see yourself spending money on full self-driving, then definitely get that. But if you don't, like, if you switch your cars out every 3 to 5 years, then I wouldn't even worry about hardware 3.0. Your tech, is it guaranteed to get hardware 4.0 if ordered by the end of the month and free month? It's not guaranteed, unfortunately, and I bet Tesla is going to try and push some of these inventory hardware 3.0s onto people that are unknowing. So definitely watch some videos. There's certainly ways on how to figure out if your Tesla Model Y has hardware 4.0 or 3.0, and it's basically the cameras. You can see them visible that they are different. Mike, I was told to buy on Thursday at the end of June, which is best, 15, 29, 29th. I would say place an order the June 15th. If anything, Tesla could do a Hail Mary like on the 22nd, but just keep an eye out. Definitely hit the subscribe because we stream every single day around 5:30 and just talk about the Tesla market with inventory pricing and also Tesla news. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Jonathan, kind of worried the 7,500 write-off won't last long. So I think end of June if they make decision to buy a Model 3 wheel drive. What do you mean it won't last long? It's going to last forever. It's signed to build the IRA for like the next 10 years. So you should be perfectly fine. But thanks for joining in, everyone. Thanks for supporting. Thank you to REFERRAL for giving away or sending us this Tesla sunshade for your Tesla Model Y to give away. So here's the exact instructions on the screen again, and here's the exact product for your Tesla Model Y. We're going to end the video, and then once the video ends, that's when you go into the comment section and then drop the comment and also post the instructions as well. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting, the like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.